students. Today we are going to discuss about the scope and future prospects of herbal drug industry. Right. So when we talk about herbal drug industry, as the name indicate, there will be whatever the formulation or dosage form we are going to manufacture that is based on herbs or plant material, right? So when nowadays we could see that peoples they are diverting towards the Ayurvedic system or plant remedies and natural remedies, right? So when we talk about the prospectives, definitely it is going to have the bright future. Why? Because the people they are facing lot of side effects, adverse drug reactions, and so many contraindications into the synthetic and semi-synthetic drugs. So that's what the when there will be the demand, obviously there will be the more productions, right? So let us discuss what are the scopes it is there and what are the future prospects of herbal industries. Herbs have been known since the era of civilizations and are highly esteemed all over the world as a rich source of medicinal agent, right? Because if you talk about the synthetic drug also, ultimately these natural drugs or plant drugs, they are going to be the reference for the synthesis of those drugs, right? So previously there the people, the human civilization, they were depending on to the plant drug only, right? So the popularity of natural products, it is increasing day by day due to the fact that they are comparatively safe, less toxic, less side effects, easily available, and affordable prices when compared to synthetic drugs, right? If all of you know that tulsi, neem, aloe vera, ginger, whatever it is the part surrounding us, there's so many medicinal plants, they are having lot of uses like antimicrobial, analgesic, the gastric problems, the wound healing activity, right? So these, that's what this I am giving you some example, right? So these are easily available and affordable price. Even though if you go to the any ayurvedic shop, you may get into the crude form in low price. The same thing can be used for the different symptomatic treatment. The herbal drug industry is a very fast growing sector in the international market. In India, various system of medicines like Ayurveda, Siddha, Unani, homeopathy, yoga, and naturopathy are being utilized for the health care of people. Right? In all these system of medicines, like it may be Ayurvedic, it may be Siddha, they are using the herbal products for their treatment. The scope of herbal drug medicine and industry, right? So Indian herbal market, when we talk about Indian herbal market, the herbal drug constitute a major share of all the officially recognized system of health in India, like whatever I told you, like Ayurveda, Siddha, Unani, homeopathy, yoga, and naturopathy, except allopathy. The except allopathy means that synthetic drug only, right? So more than 70% of India's 1.1 billion populations still use these non-allopathic system of medicine, right? They are depending on to that. When it will be critical or emergency situation, then they are switching into the allopathy. Otherwise they are believing on this whatever the natural system of medicine what I told you. Currently there is no separate category of herbal drug or dietary supplements as per the Indian Drug Act. Right, in separate category it is not there right now. Right, in as per the Indian Drug Act. In India, raw drugs obtained from around 2,400 plant species. It is fastest growing market and may attain to 14,500 crore and export to 9,000 crore with a CARG. What is CARG? Compound annual growth rate, right? What is the annual growth rate in natural products, right? So of 20% to 25% respectively, right? According to Associated Chambers of Commerce and Industry of India. So the herbal drug industry has revealed that currently the Indian herbal market size is estimated at 700 crore, and over 3,600 crore of herbal raw material itself and medicine are exported by India. India only has exported that much amount. In India, there are about 800 medicinal plants are used for this purpose, out of which 25 manufacturers are large scale manufacturers, right? And the annual turnover in India was around US dollar 300 million for Ayurveda and US dollar 27.7 million for the Unani, right? And Unani and Ayurveda, this it is in more practice apart from the allopathy, right? So international scope, when we talk about herbal medicines, according to the WHO, approximately 25% of modern drugs used in US have been derived from plant itself, only medicinal plant, right? So more than 120 active compounds, means chemical constituents, isolated from higher plants, are widely used in modern allopathic medicine. See, in modern allopathic medicine itself, it is being used because I told you the natural products only is going to be the role model to prepare the synthetic drug, right? And today 80% of them show the positive correlation between their modern therapeutic use and the traditional use of the plant from which they are derived, right? So uh, morphine, codeine, heroin, whatever we are potent analgesic we have got from the natural sources, that only the, because in the structure what ether bridge is the common, what are the substitution, what are the deletion, that we can understand from their structure, and then only we can design further. At least 7,000 medicinal compounds derived plants, the ingredient of herbal medicines, are included in the modern pharmacopoeia of drugs, right? So WHO estimates that 80% of the world's population, entire world, any country, right, maybe East Asia, Europe, whatever it is, are use herbal medicines for the some aspects of primary health care, maybe for immune boosting, maybe for cold, cough, whatever it is. They are also highly lucrative in the international market, generating billions of dollars in revenue. To cite few examples, annual revenue from herbal medicines and herbal products in Western Europe reaches about US dollar 5 billion in 2003-4 in China, and the sales of herbal products totaled 14 billion US dollar in 2005. So herbal medicine revenue in Brazil was US dollar 160 million in 2007. So we can see in Brazil, China, and other country like US, they are also completely doing the good marketing into the herbal sector, into the herbal. So we can't neglect this, because most of the alternative system of medicine, it is depending on to that. So when we talk about the future prospects of herbal medicine or herbal industry, here you can see the scope of herbal medicine. It has categorized in 6 branches like new loads, molecular biology, modern herbal formulations, plant biotechnology, molecular biology. Once, two times it has given, right? So then phytochemistry, right? So 5 branches it is there, right? So herbal medicines based traditional medical system of treatment is rapidly growing healthcare system of economic importance, and is now widely used in many countries of the world that we could see like Brazil, China, and US. The following leads and development are future prospects in the herbal drug industry. First, the plant products can also be useful as starting material. Starting material for the semi-synthetic preparation. I told you precursor. They are going to be the precursor, or they are going to be the reference. For example, plant steroids, diosgenin. So diosgenin, you know the structure, you know the effect, you know the mechanisms. Then only we can go for the what are the precursor it is required to prepare the diosgenin and related derivatives. Oral contraceptives, hormones, microorganisms like Streptomyces genus, and antibiotic like streptomycin, neomycin, tetracycline, chloramphenicol. These are the popular antibiotics obtained from the natural source. So the interest in herbal or natural products as a source of new biological active compound or new chemical constituents has extended due to the increasing research and development in phytochemistry. Still so many plants and so many chemical constituents we don't know which may have the very good effect than existing chemical constituents, right? So the first then it has been estimated 56% of the lead compounds for medicine in British National Formulary are natural products or are derived from them. With the development in the techniques of molecular biology, there has been an increase of interest in the use of naturally occurring proteins as potential therapeutic agent like serotaxonomy, right? You know that the sera are present in the proteins are present which can be used and which can be designed. Several genetically engineered natural products have had significant impact, and more than 20 biotechnology derived products are now into the market form, which is the basic source. It is the natural products only. For example, tissue plasminogen activator, it is used as the thrombolytic after myocardial infarction. Then erythroproteins, it is used to treat the anemia associated with renal failure. So like that also we can derive. Several colony stimulating factors are used in the cancer treatment. Like, so natural products will continue to be important in the following three areas of drug discovery. The first one is as a target of production by biotechnology, and as a source of new leads compounds of novel chemical structure. Like new compound, how can we develop that particular molecule, right? So for that also it is because drug discovery means what, the drug which is there into the world or earth which we are trying to find out for the purpose of different treatment, as a active ingredient for useful treatment derived from traditional system of medicines like Unani, homeopathy, Ayurvedic and all those things. In the fact of the increasing use and fast growing market of herbal medicines and other herbal healthcare products in both developing and developed country, like developing means India, developed country means US, in the world. I am giving you the example. Policymakers, health professionals and the public are increasingly expressing concern about the safety, about the efficacy, about the quality, availability, preservation and further development problem of these herbal products. Problem means what are the quality control has not been done, side effects, toxic effects, that has to be done by on these respects, right? Safety, efficacy, quality and all those. Public demands also grown for the evidence on the safety, efficacy and quality of herbal products and traditional medicines and complementary alternative medicines like Siddha, Unani and all those things practices, right? So evidence means when you will do the preclinical and clinical trials, you will get whether the drug is effective or not, whether the drug is safe or not. That evidence you have to create, like so that will be the proof for that. If you will take the neem decoction for your stomach cleaning or blood purifier, it is effective or not, like that. However, in order to ensure quality and safety of herbal medicines, their production, sale and use should be officially and legally controlled by established rules and regulations, right? Why? So that the herbal medicinal can be used safely for medical and therapeutic purpose, and effort should be made in a such a way or to raise the public awareness about the risk, benefits and using herbal medicines. Like, so the public should not believe that the natural products are always safe. They should know their dose, they should know their how to use, and with the based on the evidence, and that the health profession should come forward to do that. Overview on the plant-based industries and research institution in India. So who are the organizations they are working on herbal products, right? List of research institutions and the centers in India. The first one, the government of India also has expressed support and encouragement for the traditional Indian medicines, TIM, right? So many funded organization it is there, like Ayush, it is giving the fund to do the research onto the herbal sector, right? A separate department for Indian system of medicines and homeopathy, now known as a Ayush. Ayush means A for Ayurveda, Y for Yoga, U for Unani, S for Siddha, and H for homeopathy. It was established in March 1995 to promote indigenous system of medicine, whatever Ayurvedic, Unani, Siddha, and homeopathy and all those things, right? The priority includes education, standardization of drugs, enhancement of availability of raw materials, research and development, information, communications, and a larger involvement in the national system of delivering health care. In the year 1969, the Indian government established a Central Council for Research in Indian Medicine and Homeopathy, CCRIMH, to develop the scientific research in different system of medicines which is existing in India, right? So as the research in herbal products expanded, various government and private research centers developed which are actively engaged in the research and development of herbal medicines. So there are the following are the list for few research institutions engaged in research in medicinal and aromatic plants. Herbal research institution, for example, CCRAS. What is CCRAS? Central Council for Research in Ayurvedic and Siddha. Only two. That is there in the New Delhi, right? Ayurvedic, what are the medication, and the Siddha, right? All of you know that Siddha, that based on Tamil Nadu, right? Matters and energy, Shiv and Parvati, like that concept it is there in Siddha. Ayurvedic means you all of you know that is the Vata, Pitta and Kapha in based on this. So whatever the research, if it will do into these two system of medicines, what are the medication, what are the plant material it is being used, so all those fundings, all those research activities into different organizations, it will be controlled by CCRAS, and they are the organization which will fund. If you will apply for research proposal that I want to work in the neem plant, what are the other activities there in the neem plant, and these are the extraction, isolation, animal study, clinical study I want to do in the 6 month period of time, like that. If you will submit the research proposal, these organization, they will, if they will satisfy that you are really going to work sincerely, and you are have fully equipped your organization, like where you are working, whether you are in NIPER or you are in any central government based equipped laboratory or not, then they will give you the fund, and in that fund you have to work onto the neem plant for so and so month. Like that I am telling you, just giving you the outline, like these are the centers in India which are working onto the herbal research. RRL, that is RRL, many place it is there, right? Even in Bhubaneswar also they are in Jammu Kashmir, right? So what is the RRL? Regional Research Laboratory. Regional means area wise, right? CSIR, that the it is the organizing this thing body which will be control the RRL, right? So it will be there into the Jammu Thavi. Only one place it has given, but many place it is having. But when it comes to the herbal RRL, right? So it is there in Jammu, because Jammu is having fully most of the medicinal plant over there. So that's what this lab situated over there. NBRI Lucknow, right? NBRI, very famous National Botanical Research Institute, that is also CSRI controlled, right? So this is there in the Lucknow, very famous one. Gujarat Ayurveda University, like Jamnagar, Gujarat Ayurveda University itself, it is there, which is completely whatever the course, the BH, BAMS, like Bachelor of Ayurvedic and Master of Surgery. So that is also it is there into that university itself. Whatever the course it is launched by that university, that is based on the herbal only. Then Bhavans SPARS, right, Mumbai, National Institute of Ayurveda, Jaipur, Arya Vaidyasala, Kolkata, then Interdisciplinary School of Health Science, Pune, then Banaras Hindu University also, BHU, Varanasi also, they are having this lot of crores of projects together, it is going on into the herbal products. Then CMAP, Uppal, Uppal also it is there, Lucknow, right? Central Institute for Medicinal and Aromatic Plant, Lucknow it is given, but in Hyderabad also it is there in Uppal. Then ICMR, Indian Council of Medical Research, now New Delhi, everybody knows now the ICMR, because whatever the things it is going on, any medication for COVID-19 or Corona, that is approval, they have to take the approval from ICMR. If ICMR is giving green signal, then only it can be practiced by a doctor, or it can be used by the any patient, right? Then National Medicinal Plant Board, New Delhi, Regional Medical Research Center, ICMR, Belgaum it is in Karnataka, right? Then PERD Center, means Pharmaceutical Education and Research Development, Ahmedabad. Then CCRUM, Central Council of Research in Unani Medicine, New Delhi. Then NISCOM, National Institute of Science Communications, New Delhi. IMPCOPS, Indian Medical Practitioner Operative Pharmacy and Stores Limited, Chennai. IHMMR, Indian Institute of History of Medicine and Medical Research, New Delhi. Then Jandu Foundation also very famous, right? Mumbai, they are also giving the funds, right, for the herbal research. Then CDRI, Lucknow, once again, Central Drug Research Institute, that is also controlled by CSIR. It is in Lucknow. Then the important center like Inter-University Medicinal Plant Laboratory for Analysis, Nature and Therapeutics, Rajkot, right? So these are the different. Here also you can see list of few herbal drug industry in India. Industry here, right? These are the centers where the funding controlling this thing. Here the industry, the pharmaceutical company, right? Those who are doing into the formulations, working into the formulation like Ansar Drug Laboratory, Surat, Gujarat. Then ASIC Laboratory, Kanpur, UP, Allen Laboratory, Kolkata, Basic Ayurveda, Ghaziabad, Dabur India you should 100% remember, right? Dabur, it is very famous. Dabur Chamanpras, Dabur Jhandu Panchayat, right? So, so many products it is available. Dabur Honey is there, right? In Ghaziabad. Then Herbals Private Limited, Patna, Herbomed, Kolkata, Himalaya Drug, Mumbai, Shipachem, Indore, Hamdard Laboratory, Delhi, Jandu Pharmaceutical Works Limited, Mumbai, Shri Baidyanath Ayurveda Bhavan, Patna, Charak Pharmaceuticals, Mumbai, Biocon India Private Limited, Bengaluru, then Shipla Research Center and Factory. Here Shipla, actually this is very famous for the synthetic drug, allopathic drug, but Shipla is also having the research center and factory for the Ayurvedic or for, the herbal formulations, right? That is there into the Bangalore only. The government quinine factory, then Mungpo, then Vicco laboratory, Vicco already you know, Vicco turmeric it is available, right? That one in the ad also it is coming, no, Vicco turmeric, nahi cosmetic like that. So it is not cosmetic, it is Ayurvedic medicine like that. So it is in Nagpur. Nagarjuna herbal, the concentrates, Kerala. Sri Dhuta Papeswar Limited, Mumbai. Then Sandhu Pharmaceutical Limited, Goa. Patanjali Ayurveda, Uttarakhand. Patanjali, nowadays without Patanjali we can't imagine the herbal world, right? Everything they have launched, even in the different types of decoction, infusion, extract, and quath and many more, right? So Patanjali, Uttarakhand, it is very famous. Sri Ayurveda in Bangalore, right? So these are the herbal drug industry in India. Compulsory you should know at least 10 which name you are very much familiar, like Dabur, Himalaya, Jhandu, Cipla, Vicco, Patanjali. These names you should remember compulsory, because in question it will be definitely asked by the university, right? So that we have to